Is Ford lying about MPG ratings when it comes to the 2.7 liter EcoBoost V6 and the 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6? It's definitely controversial, and I saw an article online that said there was a class action lawsuit against Ford because they lied about MPG ratings. I don't know how true that is, but I'm going to share my experience with the MPG ratings in the EcoBoost. I'm actually going to show you guys what the computers on each of these trucks says right now at the moment. Now, this is a 2.7 liter EcoBoost, and we're going to see exactly what it says on the computer, if I can fit in here. Okay. So real world, it doesn't get more real than this. Nothing's reset right before doing this, and we'll go to trip and fuel. So right now it says 23.9, but I will say this. 23.9, I just did an MPG test with this truck. So that number is kind of like, it just reads that high because I just did a test. Normally, this truck gets 16.7 miles to the gallon. Now, why is that? That includes all the starting, the warming up, the cooling off, the short trips. We've had this truck for 6-7 months now, and my wife has only put 2,400 miles on the truck. So she drives very short trips, and she never really gives it a chance to really warm all the way up. And so because of that, for the last 518 miles, she's only averaged 16.7 mpg. Now, that being said, I know this truck is 100% capable of getting far better MPG ratings than what even is reported from Ford. For example, today we did an MPG test. We put the truck in eco mode for half of the test. The second half of the test, I was supposed to put in eco mode, but I forgot. And all I did was follow the speed limits in eco mode, and the truck came back with 28 miles to the gallon, driving through downtown Detroit, hitting stop signs. And it was weird because for whatever reason, it might have been too cold outside. Start stop was not working on the truck, and it still returned 28 miles to the gallon. So it was kind of interesting to see. And anyway, moving on forward to the 3.5 EcoBoost. I haven't done any MPG testing with this truck lately, so we'll go ahead and see what the computer says as far as MPG. Go ahead and start it up. So this truck's got the fancy display. See exactly what is there's a lot more options here. Trip and fuel. So this truck says 15.4 average MPG for trip 1 and 14.7 for trip 2. So 15.4 represents the last 306 miles, and 14.7 represents the last 7,691 miles. The last looks like 800 hours, and 15 represents the last 15 hours. So 15.4, if you're averaging 15.4 in your EcoBoost, then you drive like me. Now here's the thing about the way I drive this truck. This is my truck. The way I drive this truck is not normal. I just went and looked at a client's house. I was speeding the whole way there. I never go to speed limit ever. And when I got on the freeway, I went like 80 miles an hour. I went like 0 to 80 literally as fast as I could, just to see how fast I could. And we're at 15.4 miles to the gallon for the last 300 miles. I don't know if it's better than the V8, but I would think it is, because if you were to get on a V8 like this, you would be literally watching the gas hand move. So 15.4 for the way that I drive is pretty good. And I drive about as I wouldn't say aggressive. I don't drive fast around a lot of other cars, but when I have space, I really open it up. And the same thing with her car, and it's probably why her MPG is not quite as much or as high as it could be, because when I do drive her car, I get on it pretty good. So, you know, with the other MPG testing that I've done with the truck, which I'll link those videos down below, this truck, the 3.5 EcoBoost, was able to get 24 miles to the gallon in the city using eco mode. And like I said, this one was able to get 28, and conditions weren't that good. I could have definitely gotten close to 30 with this truck by just following the speed limits, using cruise control, put it in eco mode, letting start stop do its thing. And when start stop, you know, for whatever reason, maybe your AC is too high or whatever, when that's not working, it hurts your MPG a lot. But you know, these trucks are, they deliver. If you want to get fuel economy out of these, they'll deliver more than what the manufacturer has promised. For the people that are saying that they don't, it's because they're driving them too fast, or maybe they're not up to date with their maintenance. But for me, we put full synthetic oil in all the trucks. This one still got the factory oil from it, because it's only got 24, 22, whatever, 100 miles. But as soon as we change the oil, we'll go ahead and put full synthetic. But if you drive them for economy, you'll get better MPG than what is purported from the manufacturer. Now, if you drive faster, you'll get significantly worse. So these are really like the unicorns of the truck world, because I don't think you can get better than what the EPA ratings are in any other truck. In the Dodge and the Chevy and the GMC, I don't think you can get better than the EPA's ratings. In these trucks, you can get way better mileage than what is rated. You can get upwards of 24 in the city with the 3.5 EcoBoost with this particular setup. Probably better with some of the lighter setups. And this one, the tests I did today, I was able to get 28 miles to the gallon in the city. Now, believe it or not, these particular trucks are better in the city than they are on the highway when you're driving for efficiency, because it starts stop. As soon as you get to the light, it turns off because the displacement is so low. And when you're idling, you're not burning excessive amounts of gas. Whereas the case of the 2.7, when you're idling, you're only idling with 2.7 liters, and the turbos aren't really drawing a lot of power. Also, when you put these in eco mode, the new generation 2 engines really limit boost a whole lot. It really cuts boost out and makes it efficient as if the turbo wasn't there. So these, in my opinion, are far superior than what Dodge and GM has as far as the cylinder shutoff. And I think that these are definitely more efficient than what Dodge and Ram has to offer. But if you have a Dodge or a Ram, comment below. I think if you really baby a Dodge or a Ram or a Dodge or a GMC, I think that you can get what the EPA claims or what the manufacturer claims. But in these trucks, the Fords, the EcoBoost Fords, when you drive these more civilized, when you're not on the gas hard, when you turn on eco mode and just do the speed limit, use a little bit of cruise control, use a little bit of the tactics where you see a red light coming and you slow down before you get to it, you will get better than what the EPA than what's reported to the EPA, than what the manufacturer reports. I've been able to get far higher MPG than what they report. But keep in mind, these are 3.55 rear gears and they're EcoBoost, so they can go into eco mode. But anyway, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Thanks a lot. Bye.